Thanks to Dr. Roshan for chairing this session. We are indeed very thankful, and this is going to be a great session. There will be a lot of questions on meniscus, is something we do every day. So thanks to Dr. Mohan Kumar for chairing this session along with Roshan.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks to Dr. Parag and the whole ROC team for inviting me. Let's talk on to the roots of the meniscus. I'll be discussing about lateral meniscus root. So the two things different from medial meniscus, the root of lateral meniscus have meniscofemoral ligaments anterior and posterior to the PCL. That's why even if there is a root avulsion, they are prevention from extrusion because of intact meniscofemoral ligament, and the attachment is on the surface of the tibia between the two tibial spine just posterior to them. So it has to be on the surface, unlike medial meniscus which is posterior there. And the distance between the two anterior horn and the posterior horn of the root meniscus is about 7 to 8 millimeters, and they are exactly on the face of the glenoid, tibia. So you need to understand this anatomy very well, and especially the anterior horn, because it is likely to get damaged if your tibial tunnel is too lateral. And we all know the lateral meniscus is more mobile posteriorly, and as you pull it anteriorly, you see there is a lot of laxity in the posterolateral aspect of the lateral meniscus, unlike medial meniscus. What are the functions of the root? We all know that the roots, they not only restore the meniscus functions, but they also helps in equalizing the pressure distribution, and hence we need to repair the root, whether it's a medial meniscus or a posterior meniscus root repair. One part of the posterolateral meniscus root is that it also helps us to improve the rotational stability, as well as it also helps us in maturing the ACL graft which we are putting, because ACL root, posterior lateral root meniscus are usually associated with ACL tears. We all know that when we have a grade 3 pivot shift, we suspect ramp lesion. One is posterolateral root avulsion and other is anterolateral instability. Some controversy added recently in 2024 by a Walker-Mashal group that lateral meniscus root tear doesn't affect much of the pivot shift, but till date we all know that lateral meniscus root tear is one of the reasons for grade 3 pivot shift. So we need to probe it, look it, and find it out. It's usually associated with acute injuries, less likely with chronic, but yes, primary ACL is commonly seen. Even you see a lot of it in revision ACL because of bad tunnel placements. This is lot higher incidence, and this is where the root, the PCL tunnel was made exactly on the root of the tear, so it's commonly associated with revision scenarios as well. So what are the types of root tear? Type 1 is only avulsion, but still the meniscofemoral ligaments are intact, and hence there is no extrusion. Type 2 is the radial tear, where you have a small fragment still remaining on the center of the tibia, but there is a tear of the root. And type 3 is complete, well, meniscofemoral ligaments and even the root avulsion is there. So you need to decide. The type 3 are the worst because the meniscus gets extruded, and if it's a radial tear, you need to know how much is the remnant fragment remaining to repair it. Extended classification by Dr. Gupta, where it says it's associated with zip lesion or it's a bony avulsion of lateral meniscus posterior horn root tear. How to repair it? There is a single tunnel technique where you have separate tunnels for ACL and the root, or you can utilize the same tunnel for ACL, but then the ACL tunnel has to be little posterior than its anatomical position. So this is where I prefer always a two tunnel technique. That's where anteriorly you have an ACL tunnel just in line with the anterior horn, and the PCL and the root tunnel is just in front of PCL between the two tibial spine and exactly posterior to that tibial spine, not on the center. So this is one of the case where you have an ACL tear with the lateral meniscus root. Always not only make it a point to go only in the posterior medial compartment, but you are doing, if a remnant preserving ACL, always try to probe even the root of lateral meniscus. Sometimes these partial looking tears are also dangerous, and when you just debride is small, this was a very flimsy tissue, and then you need to exactly come at the anatomical site. You can use your routine tip hammer ACL jig to get that tunnel right exactly posterior, just in front of ACL, but posterior to the tibial spine. And then you can use tibial pull-out suture technique. And as you pull it anterior on the tibia, you see it reduces exactly on its anatomical position, adding stability to the knee as well. So this is one of the bad looking root tear. You can see it's completely avulsed, no meniscofemoral ligaments, and it's associated with horizontal radial tear. And the same patient also had bucket handle medial meniscus tear. So you need to have separate tunnels to get near anatomical reduction and proper biomechanical restoration, where you have tunnel posterior and the ACL anterior, and try to do as much as remnant preserving ACL if possible. And once you take them again, you will see that you have done the repair of horizontal tear, as well as the lateral meniscus root repair has also been done. This is a radial type of tear where there is a small fragment remaining here on the tibia spine, but it's so flimsy that you know you can't do a side-to-side repair. And this patient also had root tear of medial meniscus along with ACL. So both root tear along with ACL injury. Again, you try to get as anatomical as possible. In this case, I have shifted it little posterior and lateral, little non-anatomical, because there was a substance loss. And then you take your bites, a rib stitch suture, so that it doesn't cut through, and do sequential repair of lateral meniscus root, medial meniscus root, and then do your ACL. The lateral meniscus root tunnel entry should be medial, because the direction of pull has to be medial. As you can see here, this is the lateral meniscus root, that's the medial meniscus, and that's the ACL. Because the lateral meniscus root comes from lateral to medial, and the direction of pull has to be medial. So the entry point should be almost touching the MCL on the anteromedial tibia. This is a side-to-side stitch which we call as radial tear of the posterior horn of medial lateral meniscus. You can do various types of repair here. You can do side-to-side repair using all inside devices. You can use your knee scorpion and do side-to-side hashtag repair or simple side-to-side repair. Sometimes if you are not comfortable, that's not going to heal. Some people also do tunnel in non-anatomical position and repair it. But be careful. These injuries are acute injuries, and however bad they are, lateral meniscus repair posterior to the popliteus tendon have an excellent healing potential and die and preserve the roots as well as the radial tears. Some few words about anterior horn of lateral meniscus. They are usually seen with the ACL avulsion injuries. You can have isolated when iatrogenic in the revision cases. As in this case, there is a root avulsion of anterior horn along with the ACL tibial avulsion. I use my own technique of doing anterior row repair with the suture bridge type of repair, where you can take the tape in the stump of ACL as well as tape in the stump of anterior horn of lateral meniscus and repair it with the suture anchors anterior on the tibia. If it's a soft tissue complete avulsion, which is extremely rare, you can use suture anchor and do the repair of anterior horn or pull out suture technique for anterior horn. So posterior horn lateral meniscus root is commonly associated with acute ACL injuries, also seen with chronic. High-grade pivot shift should raise the suspicion of posterior horn lateral meniscus root. Intact meniscofemoral ligament prevents it from extrusion. Root repair has to be done, as it not only preserves the meniscus function, it gives rotational stability, also helps in ACL graft maturity. Separate tunnel for ACL and root should be the choice, as it's more anatomical and biomechanically strong repair. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.